Anne is getting worse. If there is any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it. I'm requesting...
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so distracted by the scriptorium and Slytherin's book that I'd almost forgotten what it was that had struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by...
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea. But perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor.
We need to see what they're doing. I say we take them head on. Let's...
Very well. After you.
There they are up ahead.
I'll let you lead.
No one enters this mine. Kill anyone who tries.
Traffic is touched. Bombarder!
Cover up wide. Send me back.
Incendio!
I've been fighting since before you were born. Your spells glance off of me. That was meant for me?
Incendio!
Was that your best?
Revelio.
This is going well.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
Once again, we could fight our way through or be discreet.
You know which one I choose.
Incendio!
You call that spellcasting?
You won't get away with that.
Confringo!
And the fun is over.
Fun is a relative term.
It is. And that was relatively fun.
Revelio!
I should tell...
For better or for worse, we're in.
You haven't had mushroom stew like what my mother used to make. Oh, like...
This mine looks like a tomb.
It was closed after accidents were reported. Now I see why.
I don't see any goblins in these webs.
Too disgusting for even a spider.
Stupid one. Confringo. Incendio.
Won't get away with that.
Bombarda. Incendio.
How many Roblox loyalists are in here?
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want. Incendio.
Accio.
Guardian Leviosa.
Any ideas?
Levioso. It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eyes, or the venomous... or any number.
Smashing.
Should have thought to conjure stairs.
Reparo. Bombarda.
That bridge has seen better days.
Reparo. Incendio. Confringo. Protego. Stupefy. Strango.
We're making quick work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
She would at that. Ranrock's loyalists have all but declared war. We've still not seen us.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
No welcome distraction.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not surprised?
I know not your best moment, I feel.
I will make you. I won't rest. It's almost too easy.
Stupefy.
Too slack. Get away.
We're not finished yet. Stupefy. Confringo! Proceedings!
You always had a lucky shot. Impressive.
Confringo! Incendio! Stupid one! Confringo! Confringo!
Why have you not run away? Take them down!
Don't do it again, I beg. I can do this for hours.
Confringo! Stupid one! Bombarda! Confringo!
He certainly cleared the room.
You're not a bad chap for a Slytherin.
You Gryffindors don't have a monopoly on bravery, you know.
Confringo! Bombarda! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Bombarda!
Now, we can have a look around in peace.
Confringo!
Rune symbol above the cavern door.
Ranrock's loyalists never knew to look for it.
Wasn't expecting that. What do you have there?
Revelio. A journal entry by Isadora. Sebastian,
Hopefully it
I
will
think I
help us
found
unravel
something.
more of this
A
mystery.
canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably...
She seems to have been every...
But if she was using the Undercroft, and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create...
And why hide it behind cryptic...
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the keepers, could see traces of...
Rackham? I haven't heard his name.
Here are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think...
This is all rather baffling. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Unless we can find another passageway to the Undercroft. Let's have a look around.
And now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit. Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble. I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Should we head there now? Why?
All this...
Who is that?
Someone who knows Ranrock personally.
A goblin? You know goblins cursed my sister.
I do, but not...
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten, Feld?
No, Sebastian, I haven't.
Why would I listen to someone so
You don't know what you're saying. Take a breath for a moment.
Oh, I know precisely. Unbelievable.
I'd imagine the Hufflepuff common room smells.
Hello there.
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to...
It is. His name is Lodgok. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine.
Of course. How exciting. I mean...
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then...
You said you know gobbledygook.
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extent... Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured...
Lodgok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of...
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives...
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the
Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in...
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metal worker. If we are to work together... Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed... They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group...
What do you mean,
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted... Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repository. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals. Rackham, Fitzgerald...
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search. He cares about what they can... For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us... Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that is determined to take it for goblin kind.
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue.
Greetings, Lord Cock. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lodgok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen, either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
What else should we know about the enchanted door?
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult to achieve.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
The door is looking at us.
What's good at sneaking about? You'll see. Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected. I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin.
Accio!
I've read about mines like this, but seeing one is something else altogether.
One less human to worry about.
Accio! Armit, you'll need to stay close to me. I've dealt with worse enemies than these.
Pity. Not quite.
That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through here safely, Armit. You have my word. Revelio.
Right. Don't wish to be...
We're being watched. By a door. Confringo!
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Armit. See if we can find any plans.
A schematic. They're building
Revelio.
something. I can't quite make it out. Curious. I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
Revelio.
Yes, of course.
Such
Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in a goblin
Revelio.
hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
Revelio.
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
The area's still clear, if anybody cares.
Petrificus Totalis.
What's going on out there?
Petrificus Totalis.
Oh, this really is too much.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boy.
Confringo.
This place is more complex than I had expected.
Revelio.
Another schematic. What are they going to build? This mine is too small for whatever it is.
Bombarda! Revelio. Protego. Accio. Bombarda.
Someone out there? Little moon calf.
Protego. Stupid one. Confringo. Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Confringo. Incendio.
Not everyone.
Incendio. Bombarda. Protego. Stupid. Well, stupid one. Confringo.
Best that likes of me.
Confringo. Confringo.
Is that it? I won't
Stupid one.
for the coward.
Incendio. Bombarda. Confringo. Protego. Incendio.
This over with.
Descendo!
Confringo. Bombarda. Confringo. Protego. Stupid.
How many of them are there?
That should be the last of them, I'll meet.
I'll be quiet. Accio! Confringo! This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found. There must be a quicker way out of here than retracing our steps. Accio!
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here. We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed. Can we please talk about what... Can we please...
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now...
Understood? Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I... Without further ado, adieu.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle...
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who'd set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch. and I heard she'd been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it. But I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
I have to complete the next trial as soon as I can.
Revelio.
I asked to meet the card.
Isn't Sebastian fine?
Our neighbor at home.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do. Accio! Revelio! Accio! Revelio!
This cannot possibly be as difficult as it seems. My mother.
I'm sorry! What do you want?
I hope Professor Fig, the Keepers have shown me where the...
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another... And I discovered that they're building massive... Professor Fitzgerald seemed very...
I see. Ranrock.
And sir, there's something else.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing... He liked her so much that he let her leave with it. Despite...
I don't know what to say. I want to hear more of this. And...
Believe it or not,
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me?
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change into?
It does. One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and... How do you feel? Convincing. I've taken the lib... As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can...
I see. But what if Professor...
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet...
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only... you'd asked me about a particular potion.
I did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all...
Probably best not.
I assure you, Sharp, you may...
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your...
Of course, yes. No need...
A student.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for...
Now, to determine which student gets the...
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the Ministry.
What could the headmaster want?
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better!
Headmaster? Here, what could he want?
When I witness what passes for magic in these halls, I...
Professor, a word? Professor Black? Again, it isn't... We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season.
But the injury, madam...
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I did. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a...
What nonsense!
A silly game. I've a good mind to write to the Department of...
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now...
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And...
I wonder why.
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
Oh no, it's the headmaster and he's coming this way.
Stand proud, purebloods.
Professor, a word, please. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak...
Oh. Very...
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his...
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do...
Ah, well, yes.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle. Supposedly, I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and...
What? Goodness. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful... Good. Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig? I shall never understand that man.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Scrope's as hard a worker as any house elf.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
Of course I remember. It's the Black family reigns.
Is Master giving Scrope a test?
It's purebloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle. Revelio.
Levioso.
Like this.
Revelio.